Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the weekend rundown where we will hit the comment section and I'll give you a more intimate look into my old-fashioned lifestyle. Today, let's look at what we call the courtyard garden in front of the little house. Brandon and I share a love of plant collecting, and we are always looking out for big, bold leaves and shade-loving plants. But first, today's video is sponsored by High C. High C makes highly functional footwear, which makes their boots a versatile choice for any day-to-day adventure. And most importantly, their footwear comes with a 100-year lifetime warranty, which means you can feel absolutely secure about your purchase. They promise you will be dry and warm in their boots. High C was a great choice for me because, as you see, my family might have a problem with bland footwear. We all only have black shoes, so I'm excited to be the first one to venture into the world of colorful footwear. I absolutely love the old-fashioned floral pattern of the waterproof mid-calf rain boot. It is so my style. I also like the polka dot pattern on the ankle-high PVC garden shoes. I've used both pair of these shoes almost daily since receiving them, as it has rained quite a bit. We have walking paths that take us to the gardens, but getting into the gardens has always required some waterproof type footwear on the wet days. I find these boots to be comfortable after working in the garden for many hours, as well as when I wear the polka dot ankle high slip-ons while running errands. I wear soft shoes mainly, and getting them wet while running errands makes me crazy. So this slip-on was a perfect swap, and I'm so excited about it. High C has kindly offered you guys a 15% discount on all their products using code HOMEMAKE on their website, highc.com. Remember to register to take advantage of their lifetime warranty as well. Details will be down in the description box below. Thank you, High C, for sponsoring this video. Now, let's go have some fun. Oh my, look at these gladiolus. Okay, Brandon and I love to collect plants. We are so excited about plants. This is what we do, guys. We spend our money on plants and trees and shrubs and herbs. We don't go to the movies. We don't go out to dinner. We don't invest in clothes or shoes or anything like that. But plants, oh my, we absolutely love it. We will travel far and wide to find plants. Okay, first comment is from Millie's Cozy Cottage Life, who said, I'm enjoying these videos so much. Thank you. And I'm great at growing weeds too. I'm so impressed with your garden and your knowledge of all the plants. Plants have never been my specialty, so I'm wondering, did you learn the names of the plants as you were planting them, or were you already knowledgeable about plants beforehand? No. We had no knowledge of plants beforehand, but we've been growing this garden specifically for 5 or 6 years at this point. And so because it's such a passion of ours, we love them. We love to learn about the plants, and this is what we spend our money on. And so it's just a passion of ours. But we had no knowledge beforehand. Our parents didn't garden at all. And it's just something we've gotten into. I guess the whole homesteading thing did that. I tend to know the basic of the plant, maybe like if it's a magnolia, but I don't typically know the in-depth detail of the plant. So yeah. So starting right here, case in point, this is a new plant we just picked up from the Arboretum, and I'm not sure exactly what the name of it is. But right beside it, we have a collection of Monarda bee balm. I'm not sure the variety name of it either, but it smells so good, guys. These leaves are so fragrant. It smells so sweet, like, I don't know, honey or candy or something. It's amazing. And I love to put them into tea, but this is just a ground cover right here. I have more in another bed, a raised bed, because the dog likes to run through here. But yeah, this is such a highly prolific plant, and it smells so wonderful, and it produces really beautiful flowers. And then this is one of our hibiscus. We collect hibiscus, so we have several different types here on the property. Let me throw up some pictures so you can see how it looks. Okay, this is from last year. Look at the flowers, they're so beautiful, so pretty, it's so prolific. We just put it in this location. It was on another part of the property, but we moved it to the front to have a camouflage. And I believe this plant is called Jacob's coat or Joseph's coat, something like that. I'm not sure. We just picked this up 2 weeks ago at we saw a Facebook ad of a place like 20 minutes from us, and so we took a ride down there and bought like $150 worth of plants on a whim. Behind that, we have a ligustrum, but it's just a shrub that we've had in a woodland garden. You'll see that another day. This is a sculpture that my Aunt Brenda gave us. She collects antiques and things like that. It's cast iron. Next comment is from Amina's Place, who said, I love your garden space, so tranquil. Thank you. What did you use to pave your walkways? Well, one day we were driving down one of our main canal streets and we saw this huge stack of these squares from a local daycare who had replaced their flooring. Turns out they were 24 by 24 inch recycled rubber interlocking squares that they had on their playground, and they just put them out on side the road. So we scooped them up. It took us a couple of hours to move all of them because they're so heavy, but they make it possible for us to get through our yard. Our yard is on a slope, so it slopes downward, and we were always underwater, and it was so horrible, and it made gardening a nightmare. And since we've had these pathways, we've been able to garden so much more, and it just makes the entire yard so much more beautiful and peaceful and useful. And so we're very thankful for that. Next up, we have a tractor seat plant. This plant throws up a yellow bloom stalk, which I don't really like, but I love the look of the leaves. And then under that, we have some blue-eyed grass. This is a native here, and we got this from the Arboretum, and it's so beautiful early spring. For a couple of weeks, it looks so pretty, and I love having it here, and I have it in another place in the backyard. And because we're in zone 8B, 9A, we can grow indoor plants outside. So we have the ZZ plant right there that you can see, and it's looking very good. We bought this in the fall last year, and it lived inside, and then I put it out first thing in spring, and it's just been outside right here, right beside the house. This doesn't get any sun, or maybe just dappled sun. Next up behind that is the Fatsia japonica, which is so beautiful and big and bold. And then we have a purple oxalis that has naturalized here. We've had this about 5 years. It spreads everywhere and it's so beautiful. I absolutely love the deep purple color of this, and it throws up these little tiny soft purple flowers. And I just love to see it, and it just spreads itself around. Lastly, we have a Monstera, I believe Delicioso. It overwintered last year, and this is the second year in this, first year in this spot. And then this is a gifted hosta. I'm not sure what variety, but I like it. It's pretty. It doesn't get big though. Next comment is from Yolanda, who said, for collards, replace water with chicken broth, saute onions and butter, then fry bacon in the butter. After soft, add chopped collards and broth, season with Tony Chachere's and pepper and a dash of liquid smoke. Yummy. Girl, I have never heard of a recipe like this, but it sounds so good. I'm definitely going to bookmark this so I can try it next time. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, switching sides. Let's go to the other side of the Courtyard garden. 2006 is when Brandon and I got married. And that was a gift from my sister. And then this plant is called a fuchsia. Look at how beautiful. It looks like little fairies. I love this plant so much. It's my first hanging basket. I'm really excited about it. It's so beautiful. And now here's an overview of the other side of the garden right upside the house. Okay, so first up we have a hosta. It has been in this spot for about 4 or 5 seasons. It gets so massive and looks so beautiful, and I love it. And I don't really like the flowers, so I normally pick those off. This is a Mexican heather. We have many of these on the property. I believe this is a white one, or maybe it's a pink one or purple. I'm not sure. And we also have a Japanese maple here. I don't know the type, but it stays really small. This has been here for 3 seasons, and this is as big as it's gotten. They don't do that well here in our area. We have killed many of them. We even had a weeping Japanese maple. Oh, we paid a lot of money for that one, and it lasted for 2 seasons before it died, and I was so sad. But this one is pretty as well. It turns like a maroonish pink color in the fall, and so it's really pretty. And then under that we have looks like a creeping ivy or something. Then another, this is one of the babies from the hosta that moved over. And then this is Haley's baby, Callie, our cat, who is about 8 years old. Obviously she's enjoying her life right now. She's so large. And then beside that we have a plant called Persian shield, and this gets so massive and so beautiful every single year. It's also a perennial. Okay, next up we have Simple Times, who said, "That was wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. You're welcome. My daughter and I are loving listening to you. God is so faithful to his people." You are absolutely right about that, my friend. Jeremiah 29:5, "Build houses and live in them, and plant gardens and eat their produce." This is a verse I have loved, and God has blessed us to do. We are so very grateful to be land dwellers and able to grow God's beautiful bounty, as well to use to harvest for others, the enjoyment to feast our eyes on, inhale the fragrances, preserve medicinals, cosmetics, and bless ourselves and others with fresh flower arrangements. What gifts from the earth God has blessed us with, and what an opportunity to bless God's people. We are just feeling so blessed. We are trying hard to dwell on the good here and not what the world would have us all talking about. So very much to be praising God for in these days. I absolutely love this comment. So encouraging, and so uplifting, and I am so thankful that you are blessing the Lord for his kindness towards us all. So thank you so much for sharing. This next plant is a bushy thing. I'm not sure what it is, but it has a really pretty fall color. And beside it is a Chamaecyparis, and this has a really pretty color, and it's very soft and it moves a lot, and it changes to gold in the fall, and it's really pretty as well. And then next we have a rose bush that is not in bloom right now. Let me throw up a picture so you can see it. It has really beautiful flowers on it, and I really enjoy it. Next we have a couple of columbine plants from the property, and this is one of the colors that we have. It's my first year growing it. I am not sure it's gonna make it. It looks terrible. Maybe it's an early spring plant. I'm not 100% sure. Beside that is a type of grass that I don't know what it's called. It's one of those things that I'm trying to fill up these garden beds, because if there's space there, my husband wants to get in and weedy, and if he does that, then I have to go buy more plants because he has killed them. So I'm trying to pack it in with a bunch of stuff. This is a Dara. Nope, I'm sorry, it's a Gara. I do have a Dara on the property, but this is a Gara. It has really pretty pink blooms, and it gets really tall. And if I cut it back midsummer, it'll bloom again. Next comment is Vanessa's Farm Life, who said, "What kind of material do you use to make your skirts?" The majority of my skirts are made from just regular cotton fabrics, and some of them are from chiffon fabrics. I tend to buy what I think is beautiful, and it doesn't really matter what type of fabric it is. I can make the skirt with any fabric. So okay, this plant that I'm protecting by this broken piece of statue is called a Siam tulip, and this is how it looks normally. It's coming, so I'm really excited about it. Um, yeah, it's a great plant. I really enjoy seeing it. It's really beautiful. It's gonna get really huge in this area. Next, we have a clump of wild garlic that is laid down, and it smells really good. It has already flowered at the top, and then Plectranthus with beautiful, beautiful dark leaves with a purple underside, which I absolutely love. And we get this plant almost every year. It's an annual for us and not a perennial. Next comment is from Ren Jacobs, who said, "We use fresh parsley in soups and a lot in Mid-Eastern dishes." Yeah, I saw a lot of people chiming in about how they use it. I may have to give it another shot. I also was using it as a filler for seasoning blends, but I just felt that it wasn't adding anything, and I didn't want to take up any space. I only kept this one plant because every year I have an aunt who comes by and asks for some parsley, which is such a silly reason to keep it, but alas, that's what I do. Also, I wanted to shout out to Brooklyn Lily, who is a frequent commenter. Thank you for always showing up. Okay, next up we have, in these two pots right here in my front yard, I always put plants that I need to keep an eye on. So this plant just arrived. This is a Gotu-Kola. We use Gotu-Kola to make tinctures and salves, and so I want to make sure I keep an eye on it. And this plant is called a Bacopa Brahmi. It also is a new medicinal I want to try, and so I want to keep an eye on them, keep them watered. They will be transferred to the medicinal garden as soon as they are strong. Next comment is from Lady Morera, who said, "We must be doing something wrong. We raised our daughter up in the Word of God, etc., and she still went out and did what she wanted worldly. I guess because she is in high school. She is not 18, and we pray she changes." I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Obviously, your heart is very sad about this whole situation. Um, but has your child professed salvation? Has God called her his own? And if he has not, then she will do what they do, what sinners do. There's nothing that can be done. But if she is a believer, then she will not she will not live in a pattern of disobedience, a pattern of sinfulness. So I guess you just need to really examine and see what your heart wants, because sometimes we may read into our children's profession and it's not true. It's not true salvation. And if that is the case, then you just continue to show her kindness, because you are the called, and you are called to be good to those, even those who are not of the faith. And so, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what else I could say about that. In this larger section of the courtyard garden, we have a plant called a erigium or sea holly. I found this at Walmart and looks like it's already starting to bud up, so I'm really excited to see how this is going to work out. First time growing it. Right beside it, we have a Mexican heather. This is a white one. We have a couple of purple ones around the property. It's really pretty. And then right beside it, we have the Florida anise plant. Florida star anise, I believe, or red star, something like that. I'll throw a picture up for you. It's really striking, very beautiful. Yeah. Next up, we have a marigold from a YouTuber on here called Mike's Chaotic Gardening. I don't like orange flowers, but we have that because he sent it. This is also looks like a salvia. It just popped up. I don't know from where, maybe in the backyard somewhere. And we have an aloe plant from Mrs. Queen here on YouTube as well that she sent us. We got it alive. I'm very excited about it. It's probably gonna die. We don't do well with aloes, which is very strange. And then I throw up some petunias occasionally. And this is that rosemary plant that my husband was able to overwinter outside. It's looking good. The backside is bald because I did cut it. Next comment is from Laura Lindsay, who said, she is so lucky to have you as her mom. And I said, thank you. And I am definitely blessed with her. I am. Having a daughter is such a special blessing to me. The Lord has used her to refine me and to mold me. And I'm so thankful for the opportunity. Next up, we have a gardenia. I don't know what variety. We have a second one also. Beside that is an amaryllis. I'll throw a picture up of it. This was just a couple of weeks ago. Next, we have up a crinum lily. This is a very, very tough plant. We have several of these around the property. And then we have the black pearl pepper, which is so beautiful and I really love having it. Okay, next comment is from Miracle Farm, who said, having this relationship as you have described is what my daughter and I have. Totally against the norm. Also against the norm is that she is an adult and is still at home and will be here until she marries. Because we have had this relationship, her troubles with the world at community college were discussed and prayed for at home. Same thing with her now public job. She also runs and is building her own business in which she relies on her family for help and support. We have always worked together and we count it all joy. Blessings. Thank you. This is such a great comment. I think one of the most dangerous things we can do for our daughters as believers is to make them desperate to where they have to go somewhere else and look for the things that they need. It is up to us to provide what they need until she is given over to her husband, who will now take up that mantle of providing for her what she needs. I just remember feeling so desperate all the time, desperate for money, desperate for time, for attention. And I went out into the world to get those things before I became a believer. And that is such a dangerous place for girls to find themselves in, because they become dependent upon whoever it is. And that person is probably not the best person for them. I know this is completely off the topic, but I just love this heart that she has. And I love that God has placed the same heart within myself, that we want to do our all to make sure that she is safe and secure. And if that means making sure she stays at home, letting her be here with us is a great thing. She loves to serve and help her family. Do you remember, guys, they used to have a thing called a mother's helper, where they would hire out a young lady to help them care for their family, like on vacation and things like that. Well, there's no reason why our own daughters can't be mother's helpers and help around the home and learn to take care of the home and do good at it. And so I'm just really excited about this next chapter in my daughter's life until she marries, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. So thank you for sharing this great comment. Next up, we have a random collection of things like a honeysuckle azalea. I want to say the color is yellow. It didn't bloom this year. I'm not sure why. Behind that, we have a bunch of gladioli seedlings. And this plant. It looks like a coleus, but it's not. I believe it's a type of hibiscus. It's new to us this year as well. We have another gardenia. Those actually don't do that well here at our home, but around our town, lots of people have them. Last comment is from Millie's Cozy Cottage Life. Again, our sister is so full of wisdom. She says, "This is exactly why we choose to homeschool our boys. The world still came knocking at the door, but the foundation and the relationships we built were very strong." Such a great word, Jacqueline. Thank you. You're absolutely right. I find that homeschooling gives you such an opportunity to strengthen your family bond, to strengthen your family standards as well, because you're on the outside looking in and you can see like the world system much more clearly when you are a homeschooler. So that's one reason why I really enjoy homeschooling. Saucer magnolia is right here, followed by, it looks like we have, our tea plants, the Camellia sinensis, which is the tea plant that makes all of the tea, the black, the white, the green. And we have two of those plants right here. I don't tend to like make it into actual tea. I just pull the leaves and dehydrate them and add it to tea blends, and that's how we use it. Right beside that is a David Austin rose with the most gorgeous flowers. The name escapes me, but oh, are they beautiful whenever they bloom, which is hardly ever. I'm really bad at rose care. Yeah, I am, but I keep buying them for some reason. Petunias are mainly perennial. Behind that, we have some more amaryllis. I'm not sure what color those are. I didn't take a picture of them. And then there's the other Camellia sinensis right beside it. It looks puny. But yeah, it's only a couple of seasons. No, I think this is third season. Yeah, and then you saw the gladiolus is now dying, and this is a gooseberry plant which has not produced any berries either. And then we have some more petunias. These just came back up. Or no, I planted these here. Well, they were somewhere else. They came up somewhere else and I moved some of them here. And then right here is the saddest rose tree I have ever seen in my life. Pope John Paul II, I believe, is the type of rose. And here's more roses. There are 3 roses in this spot. I have no idea what their names are. One right there, and then one right here is a climbing rose as well. They'll all probably be dead soon, so I don't know what my problem is with roses. Maybe they require too much work. I don't know. But that's it, guys. That is the courtyard garden here at the Unimportant Homestead. So I will see you guys on Monday, right? Bye.